back. It's Community Conversations on this community, Clovia. Joining me on the show, it's my final show with Richmond Mayor L. Douglas Wilder. I still call him my governor. Good morning to you.
I'm going to cry. But I really will be back, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
Because the community. And I think the one word that we need to stress is not just Richmond.
Yeah.
It's our community. These invisible barriers that would divide a county from a city, they are so invisible. These boundaries are not respecters of crime, nor betterment for the conditions for education or economic development. And I think even though we are one of the few places in the country that has the independence of cities and counties, we shouldn't let that divide us to the extent that it has in the past. We need to have a better working and a closer relationship in our total community.
And when you say community, you know, I love that. I just started gleaming because I've learned so much from the community in which I served through the telephone calls, you know, hosting forums and just simply, even at Walmart.
Yes.
Is that you, Chloe?
Yeah.
You know, I want to give you a suggestion, you know, as part of the voting. Can you just talk about voting all the time? I said, sure. You know, I want to have a reason to do that. And I think when you communicate effectively with your community, they'll open up and talk to you.
If they know that you're sincere, if they believe that your commitment is there for them as well as the total community, people will bare their souls to you. To the extent that they think you're a phony, it's just like a little kid. You know, you could, like your little daughter, Kenya. There are certain people you couldn't make her go to because she senses insincerity.
She saw you at the airport. She was acting cute.
Yeah, I saw her. She was beautiful. But it's just one of those things that people have to believe that you're sincere. If they believe that, they'll cooperate. That's why we've been so successful in bringing the crime rate down.
Are you sure? Well, let's get a clip. We're going to go back to a clip when we were talking about the importance of you communicating effectively with the community. Now, this is from a show.
Right.
You had been in office not really a month.
Okay.
It was in February 2005, and this is what you had to say.
The public is entitled to know. Well, we're going to make certain that we know what we are talking about, letting the public know, having public hearings for people to express themselves. I've learned so much from the public in my entire political life that I always go to the public.
That's a smart man.
Well, the people make you smarter, and that's why you go. You know, sometimes when those of us are in elected office, we'll go around in election time. After that, we stop. And then we wait and go back at election time. If you will recall, in several of those public occurrences that we had, was before I was elected.
Yep.
I recall
January 15th, 2004.
5 hours that we were at the Ash Center. We did not have a single break. And we've
no bells, no whistles, no dancing, no concerts.
And we took every person's question, and we didn't leave until every person had finished questions. Now, some of the questions were repetitious, but you sit through that. Some of them were people not really making questions but making statements. You listen to that too. Bottom line, people recognized that change was on the way and they wanted it and they saw it. I think that if we continue in that regard, and one of the things that I'm witnessing now, and I run into people and they'll say, well, we respect your right to not seek public office, and we respect that you've been in it a long time. But we certainly hope that you are not gone and you're not leaving. No, I'm not. I'm going to be here, as I said on your show. On the other hand, I don't want to say to the mayor-elect, well, this is what you should do, etc. But as I said to him, I will help in any fashion that I can. If you look to see what we've already done in terms of the transition, a suite of offices.
And you had a little room.
I had a little room for one person.
No paperwork transfer?
No paperwork transfer. We have made available our entire city bureaucracy, available for interviews. I think I had one person from the city made available to me for a brief period of time. But I'm not here to talk about what was, because we changed that, and that's the whole purpose of change. We all should get behind the new mayor to make certain that we move Richmond forward,
yes,
that we make the kinds of changes that we are capable of. I know that he wants the same thing. I think that there will be tough enough times,
yes,
because as everyone finds out, as things don't remain the same for anyone, and so that change will take place. Can Richmond be the capital that it can and should be? Yes. Will it be the place where people still want to come? Crime still going down.
Yeah.
Jobs being created. Hopefully we can do it if we work together.
Yeah. Mayor-elect Jones, he's listening, I know, and definitely going to work with him on community outreach.
Yeah, and he has been straightforward enough to point out that the campaign is over, and he wants to work with and to have people work with him. We're going to do that in our administration. I will do it in terms of whatever assistance that I may be. And I think the overall is, as you pointed out also, this election for governor next year, the campaign has already started. Let's ask the right questions of the people who are running. And let's make certain that everyone's feet are held to the fire. Mm-hmm. And by the fire of inquisition, the fire of asking questions, the fire of saying, why? Why should we vote for you? And even though there are some who believe, well, we've crossed this hurdle, we can do something further. Mm-hmm. We haven't finished what we need to do in Richmond. We still got a long ways to go with education. Long ways to go in terms of making certain that we have the resources of government retrofitted and brought into a compliance of efficiency and effectiveness. The Richmond Works program, which we instituted, it needs to be continued and refined. And I want to make certain that our citizens don't give up and believe that we've conquered crime. You never conquer it until you work at it more. And you're never successful unless you continue to be successful. You don't ever stop doing what gets you where you are. You keep going.
All right, that's good stuff.
You got it.
That is your good news for the whole nation right here on the show?
I hope so, and I hope that as we're talking about a year that many people see downsides in the economy, and there may not be as much gift giving and celebration as has been the case in the past. But that's not really why we're here. We're here to give the best we can with what we have and to make right the wrong and to give light where we have seen darkness, and not necessarily to be down, but to wait until the evening before we curse the day.
All right. Richmond Mayor L. Douglas Wilder, closing remarks on community conversations, and I'll hang out with you at the White House. All right, I'm just saying that. Richmond Mayor L. Douglas Wilder.
She's good. You always are good.
I'm going to the White House. It's Community Conversation.